Amy?
Three BuzzFeed Unsolved cases had groundbreaking discoveries this year. You maybe remember the story of the Lady of the Dunes. In 1974, a young woman who was out for a walk in the dunes of Cape Cod discovered the body of a woman. She wasn't able to be identified because her killer actually did things to her body so that you wouldn't be able to identify her, like removing her hand so you couldn't get fingerprints. But then this year, through DNA analysis and historical records, she was able to be identified as Ruth Marie Terry. And it turns out her husband at the time, Guy Rockwell Moldovan, was a suspect in the murder of his previous wife and stepdaughter. Then there's the case of the boy in the box, where in 1957, the body of a young boy was found wrapped in a blanket inside of a box in Philadelphia. The identity of the boy remained a mystery until this week, when through DNA analysis, he was identified as Joseph Augustus Zarelli. Police credited advancements in DNA profiling as well as volunteer sleuths who were able to figure out who his potential relatives would have been. Police also say it'll be an uphill battle to determine who is responsible for his death since his parents have since passed. And last we have the Somerton man, whose death in 1948 baffled Australian police. He was an unknown man found laying against the wall on Somerton Beach with nothing on him to identify him. The tags on all of his clothes had been cut, and the autopsy came back as potential poisoning, but his identity has stumped us for decades. That is until July of this year, when he was identified as Charles Webb. It said that a DNA match from a first cousin 3 times removed was what sealed the case.
Let's talk about one of the most controversial movies. This movie came out in 2011, here are the ratings, but it went viral on TikTok in 2020. And that's because the last 20 minutes of the movie are extremely shocking. So shocking that it got banned in New Zealand. Director Michael Goy even gave this warning.
Do not watch the movie in the middle of the night. Do not watch the movie alone. And if you see the words photo number 1 pop up on your screen, you have about 4 seconds to shut off the movie.
So what is the movie even about? I'll give you a brief summary with footage. So in the movie, Megan meets this guy online.
So, what do you look like?
Oh, Megan didn't show you my pic?
I don't remember if she did. Yes, you do!
She goes to meet him and goes missing. And then this footage is shown. And then when her friend goes out to look for her, this happens. I can't show more because the movie gets pretty graphic, so if you're gonna watch, please watch at your own discretion.
Welcome to 31 Days of Horror Movie Facts. Today we're talking about The Human Centipede. In order for this movie to be made in a comfortable manner for the actors, all of the actors and actresses had to wear hardened underwear. At the buttocks portion of the underwear, there was a hard rubber piece unseen to the people watching the movie, but the actors could use these rubber pieces to bite on so that way they could all stay connected. Iconic actor Dieter Laser was Tom Six's first choice for playing the Doctor, and he stayed in character the entire time they were filming, and he made an effort to stay away from all other actors and actresses. When trying to get people to invest in this movie, they did say that people were being stitched together, but they did not say how it was going to happen because they felt like people wouldn't invest in their movie if they did. The director Tom Six contracted a real surgeon to actually advise how the centipede should be created, which is why the tagline of the movie is 100% medically accurate. All actors and actresses were given massages at the end of every film day for having to be on their knees all day, and many actresses walked out of the auditions once they found out how they would be conjoined.
Be glad, be very, very glad you don't have to give birth like this thing. This is a sea louse, and it might have the most effed up life in the entire ocean. It all starts when the male sea louse captures and then drags the female into his coitus cave. That's what I'm calling it. It's heavy on the 50 Shades of Freaky, where there can be up to 25 other females trapped in there with her. And to mate with every single one of them, the male penetrates their abdomens, basically shanking them. You uncomfortable? Well, that sucks, because it only gets worse from here. Soon each pregnant female has hundreds of babies just wriggling inside of her. These baby sea lice pretty much eat their own mother from the inside, and they don't stop until they manage to split her withering body in half. These babies start life by crawling out of the mutilated husk of their own mother's corpse. She doesn't even give birth her own children to serve her death. Oh, and the dad that started this all dips before any of this happens. Moral of the story? I don't know. Children bad? Abolish children.
No, yo no sé. Era algo. Iba a decir esa.
Le dio.
¿Sí yo?
Oh no. No, 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 silly, to dry it. But it exploded, and they were both found dead.
Can I show you a scary video? Make sure you pay very close attention to this one because you might miss it.
ちょっとパンツ見えるわやだやめてよパンツ見えるから何これ橋これ何これ橋こういうのさだよね揺れるよ揺れるめっちゃいけんじゃないいけるいけんじゃない天才だからねなんでそっち行くのこれこっちでしょ落ちるから無理か無理だよ無理だ大きかったね。はいはいと。はいはいと。